How's the royal family? I pray that everyone is doing well. Well, my royal family, yesterday on my True Royal channel, where I do most of my hangouts, wow, let me get this together because I'm even shocked with this. So anyway, I did a live stream about this, what you see up here. Seven officers shot, one fatally, serving warrant in South Carolina, and I'll break that down. That's a jacked up title, but whatever. So it was a good hangout. It was 2 hours, and we was just talking about, like we normally talk about, police brutality, the injustice. We're not surprised that people in these last days will eat that guns is not scaring us anymore. We've been subjugated so long, beat down in so many areas that because I'm hearing a lot of people speak much different. I often say I listen with my heart. It's like, y'all not going to be able to put us back into slavery. It ain't going to be how it was back in the day. And in America, when it comes to dealing with the royal family, they try to treat us like we children and talk down to us, and we seem to be a burden and a problem, like we in these people way. We are indigenous to the entire planet, and they know it, because I had read an article a few years ago where they were saying that the Caucasoid race is trying to find their origin, and the slogan was, the deeper you dig, the blacker the planet, because when you dig so many feet that you can calculate it about how many years it is, a guesstimate, and they origin is in them Caucasoid mountains. So that's what y'all is. Y'all truly is the beast. If they do a DNA, you're gonna find some dog blood up in you. Nothing we surprised about. And this summer has really been amazing to me. When I'm even shocked. I was saying we are in the age of exposure, and every single day, damn near, for me personally, I'm hearing somewhere throughout the United States about some greasy ass cop. Greasy. And they want to address us like, well, 99.9% of police out there are good people. We know what this is all about. It's even like with the situation taking the knee. I said, it ain't gonna go away. It's not gonna go away. It's gonna get even bigger. And I was just like, really like, a lot of our energy right now is on Butham Jean, where that pig, she just outright slaughtered him. And it's like, it's a lot going on. And I was like, wow, I got to look at this with my spiritual eyes. And I'm like, wow, the divine hand is at work. And it's going to intensify. People are saying I'm having vivid dreams, or literally visions during the day. This is truly, truly it. Because black folks is done. We done. We are scattered throughout this entire planet. We have demonstrated who we are. Enough is enough. So I'm not surprised by this. So anyway, you see it's a bit of a long video, but I gotta go in depth. So let's start here.
To some breaking news that we have been following since 5 o'clock. This is coming out of Florence, South Carolina. About an hour outside of Myrtle Beach, five law enforcement officers have been shot, and we just learned that one of those officers has died. Sad news to report this evening. 2 officers and 3 deputies were shot at a subdivision there. That suspect is in custody now. Certainly a good thing. We're keeping a close eye on this, and we'll update you about the other officers and deputies and their conditions coming up a little bit later as well. We also have more on ABC13.com.
All right, my royal family. Hold this down. I don't want this thing to pop up on me.
Sure. Racing isn't the only thing on my mind.
All right, forgive me for that. So, I'm going to reveal to the royal family the police officer that lost his life. Here he is. Where? Oops. Where is he at? Let me see here. Right here, excuse me. This is who died. And this brother by the name of Torrance Carterway. And he'd been on the police force for 30 years. Out there fighting the enemy's war. That is not our place. Now, we do need police, but not how the police get down. I believe in having police, but we are at war with the police. You know, it irritates me that throughout America in the ghetto, and I said it the other day, they got substations. You know, it was like a couple of years ago, they had a new mayor up here in Oakland, California, and the first thing that this Negro so-called chief of police, the first people he went and talked to, he run his ass straight to the hood, basically saying, I don't want no problems, and I'm gonna enforce the law and all this. I'm like, these people, what the fuck? They really know how to pick them, and they feel like they can put their hand on their hip and stick their finger out, and y'all children better be obedient. I even read the other day some white guy talking about y'all black folks just need to get it together. All you got to do is comply. Well, we done seen many comply, do exactly what the cops say. Legs wide open, hands up in the air, get shot anyway. Seen it with my own eyes. Laquan McDonald gets shot 16 times. And they got some old retarded looking cop, look like Jeffro. He feared for his life. Y'all heard that video, and he was so petrified of this little tiny knife that he had. He was shooting it. He was trying to kill the knife. And then they get shocked because they done got called on the carpet on their shit. They ain't even begin to feel our pain. There's many of us that feel that pain. I embrace it because I don't want to lose sight of this cesspool that we are living in America, my royal family. So, this is casualties. This is part of the war. He lost his life. So let's continue on. So let's see here. Let me get this right because I got two videos to play. Well, I'm popped here real quick. Now, before I play the video, this is the neighborhood. That is the house. Because, you know, people immediately want to know the race. 9 times out of 10, you know it got to be on a high percent white people living there. And they were saying, oh, we were just serving a simple warrant. Well, why y'all had to come in the numbers that y'all had to come in? Just on the warrant part. They knew that whoever this person is dangerous, and they withholding, not showing mugshot, not giving up names or anything. But then over here, this police officer, we know his name, know how long he been on the force and all of that. Look at that. This is the police, but he black. This is how America get down in this shithole.
Where officials are giving an update on a shooting that occurred this afternoon, killing one officer. Let's listen in.
I don't have any further information to release on the condition of our deputies at this time, but as more information is known, we'll supplement. We know that at times this is a dangerous job, and our deputies readily and bravely accept that challenge. We ask for your prayers for the wounded and their families at this time. Now I'll turn it over to Sheriff Boone.
You know, officers put their life on the line every day. You never know when you leave your home if you're going to return home. A lot of the officers don't get the respect that they deserve. This situation's hit home. We've had several officers that were injured, several officers shot. It's a terrible situation. Richland County Sheriff's Office, Sheriff Leon Lott, I called him. Richland County's working crime scene, also their lab, and we have peer support from Charleston County, Sheriff Cannon, and also Leaf, Eric Skidmore. So there's going to be a lot of officers going to need counseling that were there when the incident occurred. These officers went there unknowing the firepower the suspect had. And again, they thought it was a random search warrant. But when they arrived, gunfire started. Several officers were hit. And I want to thank Florence Police Department. Those guys were they were minutes away and assisted us as well. You know, it's great when you do have that relationship with other officers and other agencies that you call them for help. And we can work as one entity. I would ask that you please put these families of these officers in your prayers. Please lift them up. The victims in this case need all the help and support we can give them. We're going to make sure they're taken care of. And I would ask you, please, those who live in Vintage Place, bear with us. We know this chaotic. We realize that what's going on, they don't understand. But I ask that you please bear with us. I ask the people that live in Vintage Place off Falconmire Road, this area is safe. The suspect is in custody. But we will probably go through the night working those crime scenes as well. And any additional information would probably have to come from Sheriff Lott, Richland County Sheriff's Office, who is assisting us as far as the crime scene and the investigation is concerned. Please lift up this family, because they need it. You know, these officers witnessed something, seeing their fellow officers stuff down. Fire was being shot all over. The way the suspect was positioned, his view of fire was several hundred yards. So he had an advantage. And the officers couldn't get to the ones that's down. But thanks to, our MRAP, Armored Personnel Carrier, we made sure that all the officers that were shot were protected and brought for medical attention. But as far as the investigation, probably need to turn that over to Sheriff Lott. They worked this particular case as well, and just keep our officers and our agencies in your prayers. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please bear with me, as this has been an absolutely horrendous evening and an emotional evening. Today will mark a very horrific day in the annals of the Florence Police Department. Today we lost a good friend of mine, an officer that I've known for 30 years. We have 3 other officers at this particular time who are receiving attention at this hospital. I can only echo the sentiments of the sheriff and ask for, at this particular time, the prayers of every human being who knows the Lord Jesus Christ to pray for these officers. They were responding to the scene of an incident where they knew that their brothers from the sheriff's office, their brothers and sisters from the sheriff's office were in need, as we all do, and they do for us. I want to thank this community for reaching out already. I want to thank all of my brothers and sisters in blue from around this country who are already reaching out. We will take care of our family because this is my family. These officers are my family. We will take care of them and we will take care of their loved ones. But I want you to please pray for these officers and their speedy recovery. Pray for the family who lost the bravest police officer that I have ever known.
All right, my royal family. Wait a minute, let me take this down real quick. Make sure I got that on mute. So, the police are in their feelings, and they want us to pray because they feeling devastated. And the thing that comes to my mind, because this ain't the first time I heard this video, and I had mentioned it on the Hangout, the first thing that kicked in is I was saying black mothers screaming in the middle of the streets in America, "My baby is dead, my baby is gone. Oh Lord, have mercy." Black women wailing throughout America. And they don't give a damn about our tears. They have no empathy, not even for their own. That's part of that calcified pineal gland. So trying to appease the enemy and let the enemy know that we are unquote equal with and all that, no. They are not us. We literally come from royal stock. So why would you reduce yourself to a peasant? But also, what resonated was what Malcolm X said. Y'all remember that speech? Coming home to roost. Then I thought about what my father said. He said it's gonna show up in their backyard eventually. So these are upstanding citizens, or they would call them the finest. Raping, murdering, killing, stealing. Every crime you could think of, they done did it. And they at war with us. But the others, some of the others, feel like that the police work exclusively for them. That's what was revealed this summer. All them frivolous phone calls. And I said, we need to see this. Keep this shit real core, because y'all been talking about that we are deranged. See, it's like caging an animal, and the animal is watching your movements. Eventually, psychologically, you're caged. We watching you. We know how you get down. You listen to our voices on social media. You thought we was dumb. You think we are so damn dumb that we would plot something on live stream thinking we gonna do something to y'all, and y'all gonna neck break speed. You'll call the military. You underestimate the royal family. We're superior. We humble people. But we're flawed too. We was disobedient. But nothing is forever. And I say to myself periodically, karma gonna show up. The pendulum work will start tilting in the royal family's favor. And this is all going to happen naturally. That's why I keep talking about the nature of many things. You can even look at it like gambling. Eventually, if you play long enough, you're going to win some money. You're going to hit the jackpot. When it'll happen, you don't know. We don't look for that. We continue to strive spiritually. We continue to connect with our lost family members. That is one of our duties and responsibilities. I did not know who I was until I got on YouTube. And I'm like, wow. I knew we were amazing, but wow. And that's what we good about. We can get each other up to speed, can have a 5-minute conversation and change everything, how we were projecting ourselves in this cesspool. So he's a casualty in this war. Crocodile tears. We didn't heard the same scenario. And it's sad. I ain't sitting up here gleeful because somebody that got killed. But I'm not going to be sitting up here crying because somebody is doing something to us. This is when I talk about these distractions, when I did that hangout. It's like, if you choose to, you'll put a little energy in it and acknowledge it or whatever you do. But we have to continue to stay the course. Stay focused. Don't lose sight. And if we stumble and we fall, we have loving people of our own kind that will lift each other up. I often talking about our rims and how I picture the rim is just a small like chain, and we're linking our rims together at chain link. And the more you link those rims, the stronger we are. Because successfully in America, we have become a group of separatists. We can't stand each other. But people are moving back with each other based on how the economy is and how stuff is going on. I can't do this by myself. You can't. We need male and female energy. And we also need to teach our royals correctly, and they have duties and responsibilities too to the family. Talking it, fuck all of that. Do it. Do it to the best of your ability. So anyway, my royal family, I have a bonus video, and I was surprised when I found this one. It was like, damn, I be digging. You know, it works to my advantage sometimes being dyslexic, because I find the most unusual stuff. But this is not unusual. I just never heard of this station. So this is a little over a 5-minute video.
Officers were shot, 3 sheriff's deputies and 2 Florence police officers. The late word out of Florence tonight is that a city police officer has died from his wounds. Lauren Thomas is joining us now, and I believe you spoke to someone who was in the vicinity of the shooting when this took place.
Yes, JR, I got off the phone with a man named Derek Lowe who did a Facebook Live right outside of his backyard. He lives about 100 yards away from where all this took place, and he heard those sirens. He walked outside, began doing a Facebook Live, and here's what he had to say about what he saw this evening.
It happened about 4:30, I believe, and then I had a neighbor that actually came and got a hold of us and said, "Hey, did you hear all that stuff going on?" And I said, "Yeah, we heard some stuff. I didn't know what it was, and just heard the ambulances and sirens and everything going." And so I got to the house. It was probably 4:45 or so when I went out back and saw everything going on. I didn't hear. I'm not sure if I heard the actual shooting or not, but I just heard a bunch of noises. And so then I walked out, towards the street and just saw, everybody gearing up and saw the, rifles and shotguns all the cops and everybody was holding. And then I was just standing out probably about 100 yards away from everything. Seemed like they were trying to get everybody out away from, the possible danger. And at that time I heard, just from a buddy of mine that's been talking with, I guess, different people involved in it, said that there was about 3 to 5 people that were possibly injured or were shot at. And then we later heard that there was, it was 5 people that were shot at and 1 person possibly shot in the head from everything. And so I just saw everything that I was seeing was all the trucks going in loaded up with the different different people in uniform going in, and they're all loaded up, using flatbeds going into the neighborhood, and then they had armored trucks going to the neighborhood.
So how? How far away were you then from where this happened?
I was within 100 yards. My backyard is right up to Hoffmeyer, and so I just went in my backyard and on property line, and that's when I was starting to film it all.
Have you ever seen anything like this happen in your neighborhood in terms of that many sirens, shots fired like this?
Nothing like that. Nothing like a shooting like that. I've definitely seen things here and there, and I've always lived in the Florence area, but haven't seen anything like that. I think that was big news to everybody, and everybody's been pretty captivated since then. And that's why I was starting the Facebook Live thing, and everybody was asking questions here and there. But yeah, it was pretty big. I don't think anybody has seen something like that close to home like that. You just hear about it and see it in the news, but don't actually physically get to see that kind of stuff.
Did Derek tell you, Lauren, exactly how far away he lived from the shooting scene?
He says that he's right at the entrance of where Vintage Place is. Mm-hmm. He's in the neighborhood next to it, right. But that area of Hoffmeyer Road, he's about 100 yards away from that. And he said that was a very congested area, as you could see from his video, and some of the people who live in Vintage Place still haven't been able to get back in their homes yet.
There are some reports that the shooting lasted anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes. Did he make any mention to you how long he heard those gunshots?
He honestly didn't know how long. He says he could have heard some gunshots, but he didn't know exactly what he was hearing. He just heard all of the sirens and everything, and walked in his backyard and said, "Hey, let me start filming this and give people a better understanding of what's going on in that area."
Lauren, I want to thank you so much for that information there. I want to recap what we know here. Again, this afternoon, 3 Florence County Sheriff's deputies, 2 Florence police officers responding to some sort of situation. We're not sure what. There is a report tonight that perhaps a warrant was trying to be served at this home. We're working to confirm that right now. But for whatever reason, these officers were at this home today in the Village Place subdivision, which we understand is a upscale neighborhood not far from Hoffmeyer Road. And at some point, the shots started ringing out. 5 officers in all were shot. According to our station in Myrtle Beach, Florence, WBTW, a City of Florence police officer has died from those wounds. And again, the active shooter situation ended after about 45 minutes. A suspect is in custody. We also understand that somebody who was inside that home was also wounded by gunfire. Again, that's the information that we know right now. We are working to confirm some additional information. I will let you know. We have Mike.
All right. That's pretty much it, my royal family. And I'm going to put this back in your face one more time. They protecting the person that did the shooting. He ambushed them cops. It was 7 cops. He ambushed them. They won't show his identity, no name or anything. We know who did it. We know it's a white boy that did it. Boy, they do stay on cold, but they sitting up here crying for him, talking about he's the bravest and he's the this and the that. That's their nature. And it could be true to their feelings, but you see, their nature, they don't even recognize. They been doing what they've been doing so long, they automatically protect their own. That's where we need to be. But we such righteous and just people, where we mess up at is we want to demonstrate to the enemy when one of us fuck up that we are going to be fair and balanced. It don't work like that. We in the war. We don't have no fucking rules. If I gotta lie for my folks or do whatever for my folks, I'm doing it. See, they want us to walk around and have a guilty conscience. Want us to live in an unquote state of fear. They're constantly insulting our intelligence. We know what we feel, we know what we see, smell, taste. It tastes nasty. It's nasty over here. Y'all continue to stay on shit, and you want to live in your fantasy world forever. You're so fucking arrogant. You think you can sit with the Creator himself and look the Creator in the eye and be like, check this out. Let's negotiate. Who the hell you think you is? So our folks, because this is sad, this brother then lost his life. He has a family. This is an example what could possibly happen to you working with the enemy. Now, I fully understand we got to eat and all of that. But this is not our fight. This is what we was talking about the other day on my hangout on the distractions. Becky out there is using black women who are allowing themselves to be used, dealing with the Supreme Court stuff. Oh, this is for women's rights and all this stuff, and yeah, I'm a victim and I've been molested. So they push the sister up to the forefront. She's on the mic and all this stuff. And then when the white woman get whatever she gets satisfied, then you can get your coon ass on the shelf. I did a video a long time ago about black women in a part of them feminist groups, and it's a bunch of them. And this one, they were saying a lot of sisters are leaving that stuff, and this one sister had been a part of one of those groups, and they gave her some little position. If you get a position and you in those groups, 9 times out of 10, the black woman to be the sergeant of arms. The white, they want to have these big positions and all of that. And with their complaints be, it don't even compute. We don't live like that, even if we live in unquote suburbia. And so she's talking to the president of one of these feminist groups, and she was like, I've been so supportive, marching, doing a bunch of volunteer work. There's some things in my community that need to be dealt with, and she was like, she wanted to do stuff for her community. And what this barren bitch say? Oh, we don't have time for all of that. And basically, she was saying that they had promised her that, come and join us. We all equal. We're part of the sisterhood. Bitch, your trashy ass ain't my sister. I'm royalty. That's not being arrogant. That's where we be losing sight. Reducing yourself down because you want to be appeased. And so this brother, 30 years on the force, they're going to serve a warrant. And they said it was simple. He was laying waiting for him. And his brother's gone. But I'm not going to lose sight. I have addressed it. So, my royal family, render your voice with your beautiful divine words. And as always, my royal family, I thank you for your love. I thank you for your support. And with that said, Ashe.